It's the Daily Beat on K-Bay 103.9. We're hanging out with dailytrib.com news editor Dakota Morrissiey. Dakota, how you doing?
Doing great, man. It's good to be back.
All right, time for another Daily Beat and another busy one. Lots of stuff to cover here in the next few minutes. So first off, there was recently arrest in Granite Shoals. I guess it's something they've been investigating for a while, but it was a Granite Shoals man, I guess, doing medical work without a license?
Yes, that's an actual charge you can get, is practicing medicine without a license. So we don't know that he was saying he was a doctor, but he has been charged with practicing medicine without a license. We don't have a ton of details on it, but it is a pretty serious charge. He did go to jail and bond out already. But according to the sheriff's office, there's probably a lot more coming down the line, because if you do something like give out drugs or treatments that require a medical license, that means every time you do something like that is a potential violation. So there's probably a lot more coming down the line with that. And we don't have a ton of details on, how many people has he treated. We did see that he had like a semi-professional looking clinic in Kingsland that he was operating out of, and out of his home, like a home office in Granite Shoals. So that was one of our biggest stories last week. And when we heard back from the sheriff's office this week, that there's a lot more probably coming down the line.
All right, read about that at dailytrib.com, dailytrib.com/subscribe. All right, Dakota, so let's talk about groundwater usage. Burnett County just released a resolution talking about groundwater usage.
Right, and a resolution, the Burnett County Commissioner's Court, is just like sort of a strong public statement saying this is what we think, this is what we believe, this is what we want. And this resolution was saying they really don't want to see any groundwater permits given out unless there's thorough study about, and that there's proof that it's not going to negatively impact other wells or agricultural practices or anybody else's private property. And this is kind of based off of the rock crusher, which we've been talking about for over a year now, that is kind of in its final stages of getting approved. And one of the last things is getting a groundwater permit. There's a lot of folks worried about it. And this is sort of the county publicly stepping up and saying, we're opposed to this.
All right, read more about that at dailytrib.com about the groundwater usage. Okay, so I believe this happened New Year's Eve. It was a little free library got firecracker bombed.
Yes, our new reporter, Caden Sen, went out and he got to the bottom of it. And yes, a little free library. It was actually a memorial library created by Darlene Denton. She's just big in the Burnett community. And it was a memorial to her friend, Marilyn Girk. And I guess on New Year's Eve, somebody came through there, put a firecracker in it and did some pretty serious damage. And but luckily the community came together pretty quickly to fix it up, get it back in working order. There's not like an investigation necessarily going on or anything, but
now please clarify, because when I first saw that headline, I was thinking, wow, what library? But it's one of those small, just sits on the side of the road. I think it's important to clarify what a little free library is in case you don't know what it is.
That's right. A little free library is a very little library. It's basically like, maybe a 2x3 box. A little bigger than a birdhouse. Yeah, like a big book birdhouse that's on the side of the road that you can take books out of and put books back in. It's not regulated or anything, but they're common throughout the country, and Darlene actually has 9 of them in the area that she's helped start up.
All right, so read about that at dailytrib.com. And then one final thing, city elections coming up in May, correct?
Yes, we have, the city of Burnett, city of Marble Falls, city of Granite Shoals. If you ever thought, hey, I could do a good job, I can help run this city.
You've got gripes or whatever.
Or if you just want to be a part of, running the city, your civic duty, they all have openings on their city councils, and you have until February 13th to file.
And it's open now, so they can go do that?
Right now. Go to Daily Trib. We have guides on how to do it and what's available, or you can go to your city's website. But this is me just, I really like getting the word out about this sort of thing.
All right, so all these stories can be found at dailytrib.com, and please subscribe, dailytrib.com/subscribe. All right, Dakota, we'll meet up again next week for the Daily Beat.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's K-Bay 103.9.